Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global TV. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. Now the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has slashed the number of officials that will accompany him and other top government officials to any foreign trip. The measure, according to the presidential spokesperson, Ajuri Ngelale, is part of the broader effort to cut across speaking while briefing State House correspondents at the presidential villa on Tuesday. Ngelale said the cost-cutting exercise affects the entire apparatus of the federal government, including office of the president, vice president, and first lady. According to the new policy, the president has directed that local security agencies should be used for this protection whenever he travels to any state, instead of traveling with a high number of security details from Abuja. He also stated that some measures should be adopted for both Vice President Kashim Shettima and First Lady Remi Tinubu. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has seized the passport of the suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, and her predecessor, Sadiya Umar Farouk, over the ongoing investigations into the scandal in the ministry as the EFCC interrogated the suspended minister over the 44 billion naira fraud uncovered in the ministry. It was learned that the managing directors of 3 commercial banks were also questioned on Thursday over the fraud. It was learned that her personal and official passports were taken away by detectives and she was barred from traveling out of the country. Her predecessor, Umar Farouk, had been quizzed by investigators for 12 hours on Monday in connection with the probe into the 37.1 billion naira allegedly laundered during her tenure in office. Though contractor James Okwete, the ex-minister's passport, was also seized as part of her bail conditions before she was subsequently released late Monday night. In the meantime, Betta Edu, suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, is currently in custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Shortly after President Bola Tinubu suspended her, the anti-graft agency summoned Edu to its headquarters in Jabi area of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The anti-graft agency had earlier recommended the suspension of the minister in order to pave way for the ongoing investigation that had been ordered by the president. Edu is expected to be questioned over alleged 585 million naira fraud in her ministry. The presidency had withdrawn the pass of the suspended minister, thereby denying her access to the Aso Villa in Abuja. The pass enables top government officials to gain entry to the villa and meet with the president. New developments in the Christmas Eve attack on Plateau State villages reveal the recent apprehension of 3 individuals associated with the gun-ruling syndicate linked to the incident. The Nigerian police force, during a press briefing in Abuja, disclosed the arrest alongside 64 others involved in the various crimes nationwide, including kidnapping, gun running, one-chance armed robbery, banditry, and culpable homicide. Kikelomo Okere completes the report.
The first public relations officer, Muyiwa Adejobi, stated that the Plateau suspects are presently in police custody, actively cooperating in the ongoing investigation. The arrest, conducted by the Nigerian Police Force Intelligence Department Tactical Team and DFI and STS, resulted in the seizure of significant evidence, including 5,454 rounds of live ammunition, 300 live cartridge, 50 empty ammunition shell, 68 rifle, and 33 ATM cards. Earlier, the Plateau State Police Command had announced the arrest of 8 suspects related to the recent killing in the state.
The very first of such instances that we will be bringing to your notice today is the Yellowtail period attack on some villages in Plateau State. The call that Inspector General of Police IGP Kayode Adeolu Egeto compared the NPM was in Plateau State to conduct on-the-spot assessment of the affected areas, replacing tactical strategies to bring to book the perpetrators of these attacks. These strategies are already yielding results. Our 3 suspects who are members of a gun-running syndicate linked to the attacks have been apprehended and are currently in police custody assisting with the investigation. The suspects are Ahmed Sulaiman, Balikisu Aliyu, and Aboki Samuel. Upon the arrest, the following exhibits were recovered: one ash-colored golf car, one AK-47 rifle, one AK-49 rifle, 1,000 rounds of live ammunition, and 5 magazines.
Additionally, Adejobi highlighted the arrest of 4 individuals in connection with the bank robbery in Otukpo, Benue State, where 9 AK-47 rifles were recovered. Also, during a confrontation at the hideout in Taraku Village, Buruku local government area of Borno State, 5 suspects succumbed to the superior firepower of police operative. Furthermore, a 3-man gang of car snatchers from Lagos was paraded, with one member attributing their criminal activities to the prevailing economic challenges.
The IGP is making sure that we take charge of some of these operations. We are even planning to float some operations to tackle some of these insecurity we experience in some areas across the country. The IGP is working hard and has flagged off a segment of Special Intervention Squad in Plateau State, which is under the direct supervision of AIG in charge of Zone 4 in Makurdi, who has been temporarily located to Jos in Plateau State to oversee the special operations we are doing to make sure we restore peace back to affected areas in Bokos, back in Ladi, Mango, and other areas of Plateau State.
However, the Inspector General of Police reiterated the commitment of the Nigerian Police Force in ensuring the safety and security of the citizens by relentlessly cracking down on criminals and criminally related activities, as well as continue to work tirelessly to ensure Nigeria is a safe space for everyone. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Education, will have to set up an interministerial committee to combat the activities of degree mills. The ministry's Director of Press and Public Relations, Ben Gong, made this known in a notice sent to journalists in Abuja. Activities of degree mills again came to the center of discussion in Nigeria following an investigative report by reporter Umar Audu. With the Daily Nigerian newspaper on the activities of degree mills in Benin Republic and Togo. The report, which exposed the inegalities perpetrated by some tertiary institutions in West African states, led to the Nigerian government placing ban on the accreditation and evaluation of degrees from Benin Republic and Togo. Still on the news, the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) has suspended the planned state delegate conference in Imo indefinitely. NLC General Secretary Ima Ogboaja made the announcement on Wednesday in Abuja. In a statement addressed to all the Congress affiliates, Ogboaja said suspension of the conference in Imo was due to unforeseen circumstances in the state. The Congress had earlier informed all that the conference was scheduled to be held on January 10th in the 3 states. The state councils under the leadership of the caretaker committee include Abia, Imo, and Osun State. The divisional police officer of Gowon Estate Division in Lagos State have been removed from allegedly detaining a lawyer who was seeking justice for his client. The command's public relations officer, SP Benjamin Hadiin, confirmed the removal in a statement on today. According to Hadiin, the Commissioner of Police Lagos State Command, Adegoke Fayoade, ordered the immediate removal of the officer from the division. The CP had earlier ordered a thorough investigation into the matter upon receipt of the publication. The Lagos-based lawyer Olumide Sanakwe was hospitalized after detention by the police. Over now to Bauchi State government has solicited support from the Tertiary Education Trust Fund for its state-owned institutions to train technical manpower in agriculture, oil and gas, and other fields critical to national development. The state governor Bala Mohammed, who made the appeal during a visit to TED Fund in Abuja, stressed the importance of human capital development in confronting challenges of underdevelopment, poverty, and unemployment. A statement released by the fund on Wednesday quoted Mohammed as noting that the state requires support for its newly established College of Education, technical as well as intervention and vocational training, where artisans, craftsmen, bricklayers and welders will be trained. And now on Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has urged the men's football team, the Super Eagles, to win the upcoming Total Energies CAF African Cup of Nations tournament, stating that the triumph of the Eagles will bring succor to the citizens. The governor noted that the victory would help revigorate the people who had to face economic crisis, particularly the effect of the fuel subsidy removal. Sanwo-Olu also encouraged the players not to rest on their oars, as it takes determination and team spirit to win competitions. The governor gave the charge when he hosted the team to a special dinner at the Lagos House Marina before the team's departure to Cote d'Ivoire for the AFCON tournament, which slated to commence on Saturday, January 13th. The Federal High Court in Abuja has declared Senator Samuel Anyanwu as the valid National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Delivering the judgment, Justice Inyang Ekwo of the court made an order of injunction restraining the national leadership of the PDP from appointing any person as acting National Secretary when Anyanwu's 4-year tenure is still running and subsisting until December 9th, 2025. In line with the party's constitution, Justice Ekwo also declared that any meeting held or resolution reached by the party to prematurely remove or prevent Anyanwu from exercising the powers of his office would be in violation of Article 47, subsection 1 of the PDP constitution as amended in 2017, hence becomes full, null and void and of no effect. The Supreme Court has dismissed an appeal challenging the declaration of Hyacinth Alia as the winner of Benue State governorship election by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Candidates of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Titus Umba, who filed the appeal against that Alia's deputy, Sam Ode, was involved in certificate forgery. But the appeal was dismissed by the Apex Court justices after Umba's counsel appealed for its withdrawal on the grounds that the court lacks jurisdiction to hear the appeal. The court held that Uba ought to have prosecuted the case against the deputy governor at the High Court.
We're quite excited. It's 100% justice delivered, and the victory is for all the good people of Benue State. God leads. And God is again demonstrates every day, that justice is justice. I'm quite pleased that it's come to this point. It's going to ginger us some more to do the great things for the state. Actually, it's quite a high time for everyone to come on board with us, for the progress, for the development of Benue State. So it is a great win for all the great people of the state. We're very excited about the day.
So I am appreciative of the work done by the justices that sat on the case. This is a long battle that took us to 13 cases at the pre-election matter on this same point. They lost down to Court of Appeal up to Supreme Court and re-instigated the case during, in the election petition. And today, the Supreme Court have just shown to the world that justice is consistent. Justice is for all. That the case, the court is consistent in doing justice to the society, and they are not interested in the politics around it. So I am very, very elated that it ends this way. And I'm not sure it's expected because I've read the case. There's no merit in the case.
You're watching Midday News Live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News continues shortly after this break, please stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the midday news. Thank you for staying with us. Over now to the Lagos State Microenterprise Support Initiative through the State Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, WAPA, gave out various working tools to at least 1,000 beneficiaries on Tuesday. At least 11,885 participants have benefited from the Lagos State Government Microenterprise Support Scheme. MESSI across 19 skills acquisition centers in the last 4 years in Lagos. Meanwhile, so far, about 18,092 students have graduated from various Lagos State acquisition centers from 2019 until date. Also empowered in the last 4 years were 4,000 widows, with a total of 8,000 widows as recipients of the various poverty alleviation program of the state government. The Supreme Court reserved its judgment on 3 separate appeals that seek to nullify the election of Governor Sheriff Obawari of Delta State. The appeal were brought before the court by the candidate of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in the governorship poll that was held in the state on March 18th. Senator Omboe Omo Agege, as well as candidates of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, and the Labour Party, LP, Mr. Kenneth Baji and Ken Pala, respectively. A 5-member panel of the Apex Court, led by Justice Inyang Okoro, okayed the appeal for judgment after all parties adopted their final briefs of argument. While the SDP candidate, Bagi, prayed the court to declare that Governor Obawari was not eligible to contest the election. His counterpart in the LP, Pella, urged the Supreme Court to nullify the entire election and declare a fresh one. The Supreme Court on Wednesday dismissed an appeal by the Social Democratic Party and its candidate in the Adamawa governorship election, Umar Ardo. This came after the counsel of the candidate prayed the court to withdraw the case. The 5-member panel led by John Okoro subsequently dismissed the appeal. The Court of Appeal in Abuja and the tribunal had dismissed Ardo's petition challenging the victory of Amadou Fentiri. Fenitiri is now left with the appeal filed by the All Progressive Congress and its candidate Aishatu Dahiru, seeking to declare the governor of the state. And on our foreign scene, Salem Bazoum, the son of Niger President Mohamed Bazoum, who was toppled in a coup last year, was provisionally released on Monday. According to the Niamey Military Tribunal, the 22-year-old's parents remain in custody at the presidential residence. Salem Bazoum had left Niamey for Lomé, the capital of Togo, where he arrived Monday evening. A statement by the Togolese government confirmed a deal for Bazoum's release after mediation from Togo and Sierra Leone, but gave no details about the whereabouts. Military ruler General Abdurrahmani Tani has said his regime wants up to 3 years for transition back to civilian government. Togo is among several West African states which have been involved in mediation with the Nigerian military regime. There have been reactions after illegal tunnels were discovered in New York on Monday as a group of young Orthodox Jewish men attempted to stop construction workers from blocking access. When the tunnels were discovered in December at the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters at 770 Eastern Parkway, Brooklyn, the synagogue's leader called in construction crews to flood them with concrete. At least 10 men dressed in the Hasidic Jewish long black coat with a hat were arrested by officers of the New York City Police Department when the gathering turned rowdy, according to multiple media reports. According to Metro, the tunneling site is 100-year-old establishment home to the world headquarters of Chabad Lubavitch. Over now to business. Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala has described the increase in daily oil production in the country from 700,000 barrels per day to 1.7 million barrels per day to the good job done by officers and men of the Nigerian Navy in the oil-producing area. Ogala, who stated this when he paid a familiarization visit to officers and naval ratings at the Central Naval Command, Yenangua, Bayelsa State, urged the troops operating in the territorial areas of the Niger Delta to step up their operations to record more successes. The naval chief, who had earlier visited the military joint task force Operation Delta Safe, and Bayelsa State Governor said that when they, in 2023, they went to all the naval formations, assessed the situation and looked at what was the problem at the time, the nation's oil production was about 700,000 barrels per day. The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security says it is not in charge of the distribution of 57.8 billion naira worth of food palliative approved for members of the National Assembly by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for onward distribution to their constituents. The ministry's Director of Information, Joel Oroche, said in a statement, "This is contrary to the claim by the presidency that the president, through the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, distributed rice and other food items as palliatives to lawmakers. The palliatives was rising dust as constituents had accused their representatives of hoarding. The presidency had, while showcasing Tinubu's scorecard in palliative disbursement to Nigerians, said each senator got 200 million naira worth of palliatives and 100 million naira for each member of the House of Representatives." Still on business, the naira fell to 1,089.51 naira to a dollar on the official investment and exporter window on Tuesday. The currency fell by 27.19% from the 856.57 naira to a dollar. It closed on Monday, according to data from the FMDQ Securities Exchange. On Tuesday, the naira opened trading at 922.22 naira to a dollar, rose to a high of 1,251 naira to a dollar, and low of 720 naira to a dollar before closing at 1,089.51 naira to a dollar. Total forex turnover on the day was $79.45 million. This is fourth time the naira will close from 1,000 naira on the official window. On December 8, 2023, the naira fell to an all-time low of 1,099.05 naira to a dollar on December 28, 2023, and it closed trading at 1,043.09 naira to a dollar on January 3, 2024. The national currency closed at 1,035.12 naira to a dollar. Tuesday's 1,089.51 naira to a dollar is the second lowest naira has closed on the official FX window since the Central Bank of Nigeria removed the rate cap of the currency. The naira's continued decline is despite the Apex Bank's effort to clear backlogs of matured foreign exchange obligations to the Deposit Money Bank. Recently, the CBN stated that it has paid $2 billion as part of its backlog obligations. And now in sports, the management of Kano Pillars Football Club has appealed to Nigerian Professional Football League Disciplinary Committee to reconsider its stance on the 12 million naira fine imposed on the team over alleged misconduct. According to the statement, the incident occurred when some thugs interrupted the live broadcast as well as throwing objects into the pitch in the protest of the decision of the match official during its week 17th match against Plateau United at the Sani Abacha Stadium, Kano. The club management also promised that additional steps would be taken collectively by the leadership of the fans club to ensure the team maintain its prestige position among other clubs in the country. The management begged for forgiveness over the conduct of some few that disguise as supporters to perpetrate the act. The Nigerian Television Authority on Wednesday announced it would be transmitting all the 52 African Cup of Nations holding between January 13th and February 11th, 2024 in Ivory Coast. The African's largest TV network made this note on its X handle after signing a memorandum of understanding with Afro Sports. Earlier, MultiChoice, the parent company of DSTV, last Wednesday said the upcoming African Cup of Nations tournaments will not be broadcast on its platform. It said the satellite failed to secure the broadcasting rights to broadcast the continent's biggest footballing event on its SuperSport channel. And still on sports, Super Eagles and Napoli forward Victor Osimhen has hit back at Juventus agent Munukar over a statement that the 25-year-old will move to the Saudi leagues in the summer. Osimhen recently penned a new deal at Napoli, which reportedly has a release clause of around €120 to €130 million. Jagili, in an interview, claimed that while Napoli raised Osimhen's salary so he could move in the summer, his player couldn't accept such an offer, reacting to an interview, Osimhen in a post on his Instagram story on Wednesday called Jogeli a disgraced. And that's it on Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Remember, we're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. See you again.